Good morning, children. Welcome back to today's class. So, till now we have learned about the transparent, translucent and opaque objects. So, once again I am reminding you, the objects through which we can see are called as transparent, and from the objects through which we cannot see are called completely opaque. Like book. Through the book the light does not pass and we cannot see. So, you can say that it is as a opaque object. Now translucent, that is not clearly. We can see through it but not clearly. Like your plastic scale that you use in your classrooms. Or otherwise, I asked you to apply oil on a white sheet, then you observe it. You can see the image but not clearly. So it is called as translucent. Now transparent is like mirror. So in this way we have learned about the transparent, translucent and opaque objects. And in the table number 4, we have to write the objects and transparent or opaque. Example, glass jar is transparent, steel glass is opaque. Now we can write book as a opaque, mirror transparent, plastic scale translucent, steel glass translucent. Clearly we cannot see the image. Steel glass opaque. And any steel item is opaque because we cannot see. So in this way you have to fill this table. And example, we have learned about the sweet shop. They use the transparent glasses so that the public who goes to the customers who goes to the shop can see clearly the food items that are present in the sweet shop. Now coming to activity number 4, are we able to see through a paper? Yesterday I have told you this one also. This you have to try in your home. Take a white sheet of paper, then see through the paper. You can see the bulb glowing. And if you apply some oil and see it. When you apply the white paper will become translucent. Now you cannot see the image properly. You can see but not clearly. So it is called as a translucent. Before applying the oil, the paper was transparent. After applying the oil, the paper has become translucent. So in this way we have learned till yesterday. Now try this. This is also an activity that you have to do in your home. Take a torch, switch it and on and see. So if suppose if power has gone in your house, what will your parents and you will do? Immediately you will on the torch light. It may be in a mobile or it may be a torch light. When you on a torch light, you can see the light. Does the light pass through the torch glass? Yes. If suppose this is a torch light, you will be having a mirror here, that is a glass. Now the light passes through that glass, and then we can see the items that are present in our house. Now cover the torch glass with your palm. What do you observe? Suppose this is a torch light. If you cover the glass with your palm, this is the palm. This is called as palm. If you keep like this your palm, then the light does not pass through the hand because this is opaque. Now, when you keep your palm in front of a glass mirror, light does not pass through it and we cannot see anything. Now, cover the torch glass with oily paper. What do you observe? So, now you have to apply the oil on a paper. Now, close the torch glass with that oily paper. Then, it will become translucent and you cannot see the images clearly. So in this experiment we can see the transparent, translucent and opaque. Now when you just on the torch light, the light passes through it. It says the transparent. We can say it as a transparent. Now for the same torch light, when you apply your palm, that means your hand, then you cannot see anything, so you can say it is opaque. Now for the same torch light, when you apply the oily paper, then it becomes translucent, that is you cannot see through clearly. So transparent, when do you observe transparent, translucent and opaque property? Discuss. So when we have applied nothing, we can say it is transparent, we have seen. When you keep your palm, you have seen the opaque. When you keep the oily paper, you can say the translucent. So like this 3 we have observed. Now coming to the next point. State of materials. In the chapter on rain, you have studied the relationship between the ice, water and water vapor. The three states of water. So, solid, liquid, gas. These are the three states of water that we have studied in the earlier lesson. You would have noticed that when ice is added to a glass of lemon juice, the ice begins to melt. Yes, if you take a glass of lemon juice, already the lemon juice is in the glass. Now we add an ice cube. What happens? After some time the ice starts melting and it changes into liquid. If we heat the water in a vessel, we notice that after some time water vapor is produced. So here what is happening? Ice cube is a solid. Then when it is added to the liquid, it is changing its state into liquid. So solid to liquid. Now we are studying about the states of material. That's why I am saying about this example. Now if you heat the water in a vessel, it slowly starts boiling. And the water vapor is producing. If you heat more and if you start continuously heating, more and more vapor is produced in the form of steam and the quantity of water in the vessel keeps decreasing. If you keep on heating, the water changes into water vapor, that is gaseous form. It changes into gaseous form. The water in the vessel changes into gaseous form. The water vapor gets evaporated. So if you keep on heating, the water level decreases. So the amount of water will decrease because the water changes into water vapor and it will mix up in the atmosphere. Some materials change their state from solid to liquid, liquid to gas on being heated. So here solid to liquid and liquid to gas. The state of the material is changing. We have taken the water. The water is a liquid form. When you keep heating, it changes into gaseous form. So it's keep on changing. And from gas to liquid, liquid to solid on cooling. Yes, if we cool this gas, it will change into water. And if we cool again this water, it will change into solid. So this is happening on cooling. And by heating and cooling, the state of the material is being changed. It may be liquid to solid or solid to liquid or liquid to vapor or vapor to liquid. So this vice versa is happening because of heating and cooling. We sort materials as solids, liquid or gases based on their state at normal temperature. So how can we say that it is a liquid and it is a gas? By looking at its state. When it is in water vapor and it is evaporating, in the gas, you can say it is in a gaseous form. So like this we have sorted the materials. By looking at the state, we can say whether it is a liquid, whether it is a gaseous or whether it is a solid. Can you think of any material other than ice that goes from solid to liquid and liquid to gas? So in your daily life or in the kitchen or now in the daily life, you have to observe other than water, what is changing in from solid to liquid and liquid to gas. That we have to observe it. Now next, coming to the activity number 5. Light a candle. You may have lit a candle with a matchstick many times, holding the burning matchstick to touch the wick of the candle until the wick catches fire. Suppose you want to lit a candle, then what will we do? We'll use the matchstick and we'll try to touch the wick, the thread that is in the center. But you can light the candle without touching the wick with a burning matchstick. Here they are saying we can do it without touching the wick. How is it possible? Place a candle in a safe place and light it. The first time the candle cannot be lit without touching the wick with a burning stick. So first time without touching the wick, the thread that is between, we cannot lit the candle without touching it. So first we have to touch the wick and we have to light it. So do just for the first time, let the candle burn for some time. Now candle has to burn for some time. After about 2 minutes, hold the burning matchstick in one hand and blow the candle out. Now you have to hold the candle in your hand and you have to blow. In this way you have to blow the candle. What did you notice? Did you see a column of white smoke rising from the wick as soon as you extinguish the flame? Yes, when you off it, when you blow off, what happens? White smoke will come from the candle. Now quickly bring the burning matchsticks to the smoke. But do not touch the wick with it. Now you should not touch the matchstick to the wick. Just you have to touch the matchstick here, the smoke. Just you have to keep the burning matchstick to the smoke. What happens? Immediately the wick will catch the fire. Did the candle not catch fire from a distance? If you wish, you can make a game of this, see what happens. So this is an activity that you have to do by yourself. Just lit a candle, then burn it for some time, then blow off. Then bring the matchstick near the smoke. Do not touch the wick. It immediately catches the fire. So this happens in this one. Does the white smoke represent the candle wax in the state of gas? So in this activity you have to note that the white smoke that is coming out from the candle is in gaseous form. Now the candle is made from the wax. So this wax is in the solid form. The wax is in solid form. When you lit the fire, here it will change into liquid form. And the smoke that comes out is in the gaseous form. So now you can see the solid is changing into liquid, liquid to vapor. This is one more example for you. And this is all for today. And your homework is write the hard words from this page, from 47 and 48. So we have studied today page number 47 and 48. In these two papers you have to pick up the hard words and you have to write it neatly. Thank you.